Hi everybody, my name is Andrea from Makadrez.com. Today I am sitting here with Kelly Greenlight and a co-host that I have today, Valentina.
Thank you. I'm Valentina Alexandre, and I am the author of Rebirth, and we are sitting here today interviewing Kelly.
So Kelly, how are you today?
I'm doing quite well. It's a busy time, an exciting time full of lots of great projects, and it's new fall energy. The season's changing, so I feel good. You know, it was a sweet summer, and now the fall's coming in. A little windy out there.
Yeah, it just snuck up on you out of nowhere.
I think this week was the first I felt it, and I was like, oh no. I came outside not to run back in for a jacket.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
So you said busy and exciting time. What do you have? What's going on?
Well, you know, it's the start of my second school year as a school administrator. So I, by day,
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So by day, I'm a vice principal. You know,
Beautiful.
And
What age group?
High school.
Ooh.
Yeah, high school.
Kudos to you, patience. Patience.
That means you're like in the hallways a lot.
I'm in the hallways. I'm in the classrooms.
love
I'm
you.
talking to parents. I'm in the CAF.
Kudos to these two. Because I don't know how teachers do it. Any teacher out there, I commend you.
We don't know how we do it, all right? We just...
People have no idea what it takes.
God.
They have no idea. And also what it brings out of you. You know, like my first year in administration was very challenging for me, even though I'd been in the classroom for at least 10 years, you know, before that. Moving into this kind of new accountability and new responsibility, you know, where you are interfacing with teachers, other staff members, you know, you're supervising teachers, you're talking to parents, you know, and then students also, you want to have that open door so that they can come to you, and then trying to be innovative and, you know, bring new energy to a very old system that is outdated in a lot of ways.
Extremely.
So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and it made me see myself in different ways, you know, and made me take care of myself more than ever.
Let's talk about your company.
Yeah. Arts organization,
Yes.
Black Arts Retreat, my baby, my soul child, brain child, heart child. We're going into our 6th year. Black Arts Retreat is about creativity, wellness, and African diasporic art and culture, you know. And we've been able to host retreats for the past 5 years in the US and for the past 4 years internationally. We've been to Germany, we've been to Brazil, we've been to Dominica, my family's home. This year we'll be in Haiti. And something that's a big achievement this year is that we're actually sponsoring a scholarship for a young person, an emerging artist, to come with us to Haiti totally for free. And so that's another reason why the season is very busy. We have collaborators from DC, from Chicago.
Amazing.
Thank you. And we're based in New Jersey, and we're based here in New York. And, you know, all of these various factions, all these like dope arts and cultural workers from around the country in these various places. And beyond that, you know, are contributing to this vision. We're traveling to Haiti at the end of the year for a renewing, healing New Year's retreat.
You make me want to go. I might have to change my plans.
I know. I think we actually are opening up a couple of spots. So that's pretty exciting. Right. And then we have a fundraiser coming up next week for our scholarship. And we're also presenting who the winner is. So we put out this call for submissions to young artists between 21 and 27 to meditate on what the term healing waters means to them, and looking at what that theme.
But Black Arts Retreat.
Sure.
What exactly is that about, and what age group do you focus on when you say that you want these people to come out and be in these events?
Right. So Black Arts Retreat is about bringing artists as well as just folks who want to be more creative or experience that kind of unplug in a natural setting, in a black and brown setting. So our series is actually called the Homeland Series. So when we do travel, it's not like we're going, you know, I said the word abroad, but I try not to use it because it's really about reclamation, about exploring these black and brown spaces that have always been connected to us in one way, shape, or form.
And helping others to reconnect.
Exactly. So my family's Dominican, you know, we have that African influence, we have a French influence, we're very similar in culture to Haiti. And growing up, there weren't that many Dominicans around. We have a small population. What was so special about the retreat is that because it is a homeland of mine, and because I've been traveling in Dominica for a number of years, you know, when one thing doesn't work out, it's like you can sort something else out. Like there was a big rainstorm, there's a big rainstorm. One of our persons got stuck on Puerto Rico, and then we were halfway across the island in the like mountain village with the Rastas, it was like, so I knew to like call this cousin to send the truck out to meet us there, and had to reroute and like, call another cousin of a cousin, call a cousin of a cousin. I mean, it was like my first time bringing a group of people to a different country. There was 5 of us, 6 of us. Yeah, so it was a smaller group. It was great practice to kind of set that groundwork. And so special to be sharing my home, because Dominica is a place that you may not have heard of, and if you get there, you may not know what to do next.
Can I ask, how do you decide in terms of those who apply or apply to go? Like, how do you decide who's right to come along on this journey?
Sure. I think honestly that there's an energetic kind of force field around Black Arts Retreat, and the folks who don't need to be there weed themselves out. And we thankfully in 6 years we've never had any like huge upset. It's you always have your little things here and there, like, oh, okay, let's get you a different room, or these things which are bound to come up, but it's been really smooth sailing, to be honest, and really great team members have come in. I'm a meditator. I pray, and I reflect and, pull in good vibes. I aim to, put that into the world, emit that as well. And I think it comes back to me, it comes back to me. I remember I prayed a prayer for the team to come together. Like, let's unite. And this Haitian woman called me from Oklahoma to say, hey, I saw what you're doing in Dominica. I really want to work with you. And I would love to do something like this in Haiti. That was 2 years ago. So she produced Dominica. She didn't even come to Dominica. She produced Dominica with me, and then was with us in Brazil, helped produce Brazil. And now she's the main coordinator for what's going on in Haiti, That's amazing. And that's Marie Casimir out of Oklahoma by way of Chicago and New York,
Did you always consider yourself to be a traveler before starting Black Arts Retreat? Yeah,
definitely. So my family is a very international family, as many Caribbean families can be. And so she was the last of 7, and her siblings went to England, went to Canada, stayed in the Caribbean, went throughout the US. So I have family all over the world, and I was her youngest, and she often took me on her journeys, so I grew up very close to my cousins, even though they were an ocean away, literally, and it was actually, so I kind of got this traveling spirit in me, and there was a time that I kind of went to London on a whim, to be honest. I had the opportunity to fly for free, and so it looked like I wasn't gonna make it, but I literally went from a friend's house in Brooklyn to the airport, and happened to have my passport, one change of clothes and my laptop. I'll never forget
always
this.
Carry my passport.
Right, I had my passport, one change of clothes, and my laptop, and she was like, if you leave right now, you can get on this flight, but after that, they're totally oversold, with the buddy pass thing.
Okay.
And so, my godmother, she put me on a plane, and I woke up in London okay. And I'd been there before. I had friends, from NYU actually that were there. My good friend Chris Bavatope, and I went and called him up I'm almost there. I texted him, Facebook Messenger. Thank God for the internet. I went to a thrift, shop when I got there. And during that same trip, I was like, well, I'm here. People told me I would love Berlin, so I went to Germany. I went to Berlin.
That is amazing. That's a true backpacking experience.
When like that.
Right. I went to Germany, and I put on Facebook, I feel like never underestimate the power of just reaching out to your community to see what's going on. I just put on Facebook, I'm going to Berlin. Does anybody know anybody out here? And my cousin was like, actually, there's a Dominican out there. I have a cousin who's there. So she put me in touch with her cousin. We met up. It was this beautiful time that we had just connecting. She's initially from Connecticut. There's a whole brigade of dope Black women in Germany, all over the UK, all over Europe, that are artists, that are coming out of the US, coming from the continent, coming from, all over, and just doing awesome things. So it was so amazing to experience that community that I have here in the US that's so important to me. Totally in a new context, somewhere I would never expect it, in the middle of Germany. What I mean?
That's so amazing.
And those same people, that same woman, Christine is the person that I that contacted me to produce a Black Arts Retreat. You know, in Germany the following year.
Okay.
So that conversation got started out of a whimsical, you know, trip that I just kind of took off faith and took
risks.
Exactly. And who knew that it would lead to this. And so once we were able to successfully have a Germany retreat, it was just like, okay, well, what else can we do?
That is a journey right there.
Right. So it's very near and dear to my heart. But I feel like it's my purpose, you know, and Black Arts Retreat called me, and I'm happy that I heard the call. And so
speaking to you right now, I'm loving your energy.
Yes,
because it's kind of like a free spirit, get up and go type of energy I'm feeling, especially with these.
Also powerful.
Very powerful, exactly. Especially with the creative aspect that you're incorporating into the trips that you're doing, and not only just creativity, you're inspiring the culture of everywhere that you visit.
Yeah.
And you're putting a little bit, hey, this is our culture and this is their culture. And it's kind of like, let's cultivate our creativity within their culture while we're here.
Yeah.
My question to you, for those individuals out there that may find it, especially with that story, just getting up and just getting on a flight going to London, it's kind of like, let me have a buddy pass.
Right.
Especially those individuals out there that are scared to travel. Either it's financial challenges or it's kind of like,
just I've never been outside this way, or what if there's these obstacles? And
what is your advice to those individuals, especially the ones that, oh, you know this, everybody knows this. I can't travel because I can't afford it. You hear it all the time when people talk about travel.
Right. I think the one thing that stands out to me is listen to your intuition, you know, because so I'll get into the money piece in a moment, but even that to call, you know, such and such, not necessarily about the buddy pass, but to like, oh, such and such on my mind, you know, let me, and then you find out, oh, blah blah blah, I was just about to do this and this. Do you want to come with me? You know, and then when you're out with them, you hear about, you know, this travel opportunity, because if you can come and volunteer for this event, you can, you know, there are so many avenues to travel. And it doesn't always mean coming so heavily out of your pocket, you know? So I do want to say that. There are, if you want to be intentional in this way, there are things that you can apply for. Very many, in thinking about like healing and arts work, there's very many spaces. Black Arts Retreat always has space for folks to come on scholarship, right? This is the first time we've been able to do it for abroad, but in terms, since our inception, we've always, you know, made space for folks who didn't have it in terms of ends, right? And I feel like most organizations have some space somewhere, or again, if you volunteer for an event or something, there's an opportunity. If it's not, you know, if you have to cover your flight, then maybe they'll take care of your lodging, or they'll, you know, support you in that way. So it does take getting a little creative in that way. But I think that intuitive sense that you have, if there's a place that you feel like you are supposed to go, then you keep that place. You get some pictures of that place. You make your vision board about that place. You think about that place. You talk about that place. You send positive. You vision yourself in that place, and you're gonna be in that place. You know, I think like my. It's not always what people see as the practical approach, but it's the approach that works for me, which is moving from my intuition, and my intuition that says go or stop, you know, call,
I agree,
or quiet. But in terms of the intention, it's very clear, you know. And I did some meditation at the beginning of the year around what this year was about, and it was like Black Arts Retreat Nation. That's what I heard in my heart. Black Arts Retreat Nation. Amazing. And to me, it's in a time especially where folks are trying to pronounce the made up borders that we have, you know, it's so important to look at what a nation is beyond the states and beyond the countries and beyond the nationalities even, you know. How can we build these bridges across any perceived borders that we have, you know? And that comes to sex and sexuality, right, amongst our communities. That comes to, you know, well, I'm Haitian, I'm Dominican, I'm Black American, I'm Nigerian, you know, all this stuff. That comes to, well, you know, I'm a banker, so I don't, you know, whatever, or, you know, I'm an artist, I can't possibly, you know, do this thing. You know, it's just like we made it up. And it doesn't have to be that way. It's gonna take something from us, you know, to be able to see each other for who we really are. But it's very possible. And I find that put people in nature, give people a creative task, and it's going to come out. They're going to be laughing. They're going to be smiling.
Like the inner
they're going to be
children come out.
exactly. They're going to be bonding. And what Black Arts Retreat has done now is like, yes, it's great to go, travel, and yes, it's great to, come together once a year, but people are like, I want to feel this way all year long, right? So we're looking at ways how we can support making that possible, doing smaller gatherings, doing
nice.
connecting with other cities, and that's what the future looks like, and then other countries also.
Do you have chapters in Black Arts Retreats, like in different locations?
No, not at this time. But I believe it's coming. I believe it's coming because we have an expanding reach, and so it's important to make sure that it's not so Northeast US centric,
Right, that's
so it's on the way.
That's
so if
dope.
you want to be involved in Black Arts
in.
Retreat, and you're not in the Northeast area, or you are, Black Arts, www.blackartsretreat.com, at Black Arts Retreat, hashtag Black Arts Retreat.
It will be below.
Right.
It will
Okay.
be
Perfect.
below.
Perfect. And there is a Black Artists Retreat. Check this out, right? Because some people are like, "Oh, did you hear about this? Like, you need to make sure you got your branding and stuff because they did it. They come for you." Black Artists Retreat and Black Arts Retreat were started in the same year, 2013, right? With this very similar name, with a similar aim to create space for Black creative folks. And to me, I don't see that as a competitive thing. I see that as the universe being like, this is what needs to happen in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm going to plant that intention in as many people as I can, So I feel like the grace that we've experienced as a small organization who's been able to grow and do these beautiful, immense things is because of something greater that wants to be realized,
Yeah.
And we sit by, Maya Angelou, we sit by Mary Baraka, we sit by, Audre Lorde, and that's intentional, that's not by mistake. Like, these are folks that were working in, Mary Baraka in particular, from Newark. Gotta big up Jersey, we don't get the love out here. So, the working in the Black arts movement, which was a creative political movement that gave Black folks so much energy, and reached into the world, and had this conversation happening between New Jersey and Ghana, and between Port of Spain and Trinidad, and New York. Because people were attracted by that creative energy. They were attracted, by this power. There are lots of ways to attract people with power, and it's not just a negative thing. It doesn't have to be a dominating.
We was just having this conversation earlier about sometimes when you explain what you do to other people and they just look at you like, what is that? Like, it's not important. And then it starts to make you second guess about what you're really doing. But then you have to take a step back and realize it's not that it's not important, it's that they don't understand.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're going to keep doing what you're doing, and eventually they'll understand. And if they don't, it still should not affect what you do.
Right.
Still should not at all.
And I was going to say, I really love the way you see and view this. Like, most people would say, wow, I didn't hear about Black Artists Retreat, but you would hear that, like, oh, they're biting off me, they're trying to do
Like, it's
and now it's
competition.
But I love, because that's actually the way I approach a lot of situations. Like, I love this idea of, like, there's abundance. Really believing that, this is happening, and that's great. Maybe you guys can collaborate. Maybe you guys can push another group to do the same, because at the end of the day, it's the vision, right? It's the larger vision of, like, bringing people together, of people being centered and all of that stuff that we want to see in the world.
Exactly.
So why would you ever feel threatened by something like that?
Right.
So I really love that you brought that up.
Yeah.
And that's just a lesson, I think, for a lot of us to just think about, like, in the things that we're doing. And that's a lot of the stuff that brings self-doubt too. You're like, oh, but this person's doing this.
Yeah.
Someone's doing it and I can't. It's like, no, do it. Like, the more of us, the better, especially if this is something that's contributing, to other people. So, yeah.
I want to go back to something that you made me think of, actually, because I started with, I'm a vice principal and what have you. And, people, that was never an intention that I had. That was not anything that I studied for. It's not anything that I saw for myself. It actually is through the organizational skills I developed working on Black Arts Retreat and organizing for this group of people that had me stand out in my school building in a way that had me believe and had others see that this is a person that can manage this type of responsibility.
That's amazing.
So it really is so important to follow what is for you, you know?
That's so precise.
So what have been some of the biggest challenges you have faced in this journey of building Black Arts Retreat?
Being able to articulate what it is, you know, to family more than anything else, you know, just being able to, because it's just like, oh, you host retreats, you know, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Again, growing up in this Caribbean household, you know, it's just like, what does that, like, do they do that at nursing school? You know, like, how does that work?
That sounds like my mother. She's like, what do you want to write? What are you writing? News articles? What is that?
So being able to be confident in the vision, you know, and to be able to articulate it, you know, to others, and also not making it about me, like, oh, I'm shy to ask for this, or I'm shy to negotiate that. It's just like, it's not about Kelly feeling nervous about this and that. It's about what it would be like when this, you know, 20-something-year-old is able to, you know, go to a homeland for the first time, is able to, you know, whatever, touch water, you know, in Dominica, and like
And
have that
experience forever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you put it in context with what's possible, it's just like, well, there are no challenges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's just some opportunities to expand myself, you know?
So when exactly is the Haiti Black Arts Retreat?
Yep, it's December 27th to January 4th. Is when we'll be. Yeah, we're gonna start in Port-au-Prince, and then we're traveling. We're stopping at Ozone in the rainforest just outside the city. It's like a treetop, you know, hotel situation. When we're in the city, we're staying at Hotel Olefson. We're gonna experience Ram protest band. We're gonna be spending some time with Artistes de Resistance, like some.
I love them.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're gonna spend some time with some folks that produce the Ghetto Biennial every year, Haitian Art Show, Rebel Arts. That's what we're about. Black Arts Retreat. We're gonna be, like I said, traveling through the interior, a bit up the coast, going to Labadie. We're gonna be making our way to Cap Haitien.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the Citadel. We're performing, like I said, in
That sounds like a very eventful trip.
That's 10 days.
It's we got time and opportunity. So it's gonna be.
So are you traveling like every other day? It seems.
No, like every
2
other day. Yeah, every other day. And in Cap Haitien we are there for a few days. We're taking drum and dance class. We are doing some hiking, like I said, for those that are willing and able. We are doing, you know, devising some performance. We're gonna do an herbal medicinal class. We are, you know, going to have some chill time, beach time, you know.
Yeah.
My 30th birthday is during the retreat.
Yes.
So we're spending time in Saint Michel. I can't believe I forgot this. So we're spending time in Saint Michel. It is the home village of one of our, of my co-producer of Black Arts Retreat Haiti, again, Marie Casimir of Jaspera Productions. And her family is still based in this village. We're staying at guest houses that are owned by her family and other local guest houses. And we'll be doing some community arts engagement with the children there. So we're raising some funds right now, along with our scholarship, to be able to bring art supplies down there. We're either going to do a mural or another, you know, community art project. When we're there, like a workshop with the children. We're gonna go to the baker, and they it's like some infamous like rum distillery there. So we're gonna go check out the like local moonshine situation.
That barbecue don't get you.
Yes.
And so that's honestly one of the part I'm really, really looking forward to. Because again, it's that homeland, that home experience. We're going to be in the village of one of our, producers, and she's going to know that's where you get your bread, and that's where you go to get the coldest sodas, and this is where you can see, for miles at this, particular top of this hill, and, I'm really looking forward to that kind of
The more you
this
talk
is my
about
family,
it,
she's going.
I'm like, sign me up.
I was just like, she was just saying, I really want to go to Haiti. She's like, I'm not going to this place or that place before I go to Haiti. So I'm like, Black Arts Retreat, girl.
It's gonna be sweet.
If spots
it's
open
gonna be
up.
super sweet.
The spots are still open, or they are
So
filled?
we have two. We had a wait list, and we had two folks that weren't able to make it anymore. So we opened it up to our wait list. And so far, no one has bitten. No one's taken the plunge. So October 15th, tomorrow actually, we're likely going to open up registration back to the public.
Up until when?
Until it's filled. Until it's filled.
You hear that?
Until it's filled.
Registration is going to open up for this December.
Yeah, I don't think it'll stay open. Once we open it back up for the public, I don't think it'll be
probably like
that
in
long.
a day.
I don't
maybe
think
in an
it'll be that
hour.
long.
The itinerary, is it on, they can find it once they sign
No,
up?
it's not public right now. But once you register, yes, we send you the itinerary and all that.
That is interesting.
Yeah. But on the website, it gives you an overview of some of the things that we're doing and places that we're going. Yeah. Okay.
So you're going to end the year with a bang.
Listen, I can't wait. I can't wait. I feel like, folks talk about this experience of like your solar return when you're turning 30. And it's literally like the cosmos are aligned in the place that they were when you were born, right? So you come around full circle. So for me, this year has been,
when you're turning 30?
Yeah, around the time of turning 30. It can happen like a little sooner, a little after, something, but it's the time of the way it was explained to me, because some people are like, ooh, like solar return, like it's going to get tough, but someone, and an elder, explained to me really gracefully. She was just like, it is the universe's like initiation of you into adulthood, it's a rites of passage into adulthood,
Is that because like they said, a lot of people this year, like this year, I know a lot of people turning 30 between this year and next year. And everybody's talking about this has been a really hard year. They're like, no, it's a solar return. That's what it is. The solar return is happening to you. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. This year has been, a lot's been going on this year. But also, yes, it's a time of, it's a death and a rebirth. So it can feel hard. Right. That's what I'm saying. So some things are ending and new things are beginning, and there is mourning that has to take place. There is grieving that has to take place when you're moving from a child into an adult. Yeah. Like, the verse is, I when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I acted as a child. When you're moving into adulthood, you got to put away the childish things. Not that fun spirit, not that, that openness, things you gotta that vibrance. Exactly.
Like certain things are weighing you down, that have been weighing you down, holding you hostage sometimes in your own body or routines or cycles that you just kind of have to let go.
Exactly.
If anybody wants to connect with you,
yes,
join the organization, volunteer, somehow participate. Maybe send donation, fund you in any way. Where can they find you and where can they connect with you?
Sure. www.blackartsretreat.com, at Black Arts Retreat, BLACKART.
At where though?
S. Retreat. We're on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram. We're somewhat active on Instagram. We're active. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook.
The same at Black Arts Retreat.
Yeah. Everything is Black Arts Retreat. And our website as well. There's a comment page, a place, and we're also blackartsretreat@gmail.com. It's everything is Black Arts Retreat. So that's Instagram, email, the website. Website has links to information about the scholarship, and the donation page for the scholarship as well. And then I'm Kelly Greenlight on Instagram also. Yeah, so those are the best platforms. So those are the best platforms. Instagram, email, Facebook.
I want to personally thank you for accepting our invitation to sit down with us and tell us a little bit more about Black Arts Retreat. This was really powerful
and insightful, very insightful. Very, because you opened my eyes and gave me advice, especially when it comes to traveling.
Yes,
just going to do it.
Yeah. Thank you all so much, honestly, because it can be challenging, to do all the things, and think about all the things, even if I'm not doing all the things, but to, have this light around the project, it to think about the history and think about where we've come and what we see in the future, to zoom out in that way with you all has been really important, to just put everything into perspective.
Well, everybody, you have just heard it from Miss Kelly Greenlight herself and my co-host Valentina. Definitely look out every Tuesday for more episodes. We will come out with more dope interviews with individuals like Miss Kelly Greenlight.
Thank you so much.
Creating dopeness.
Yeah. Bye. Right. We'll see you
Bye,
next
guys.
week.
Thank you for tuning in.